Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Fortified Swiss and the keywords provided by developer. I'm going to give this game a second chance. I played it before and I'm in the third level of campaign. I didn't like it, but there was a couple of patches from the time, so I'm going to replay level 3 and then we'll sum up the game. The problem that I see at the very beginning is that there is no options at all. There is absolutely nothing. So I had to kill the sound in the mixer. There is no regulation of sound, music or resolution. At least I don't see any. That's all you get. You have story or you have exit. So lack of options completely. And this is the third map of the campaign in which I failed like once, I think, because it was really boring. It was really slow. So I gave up on this, but I tried to play it, generally speaking. I'm checking if it's recording. Yeah, it seems to be. Click to continue. Right, I'm clicking. And what am I supposed to click? Like here, here. Is it now? Yes, it's now. Okay, so we are this red. By the way, we are very slow. Okay. And generally speaking, we can build towers. I guess we can do it like this. I don't know why this is tilted like this. It's quite weird. Can we move it around? I clicked. And right? Yes, right mouse button. Okay. Now I remember. So basically at some point we'll have an attack coming from one of the sides. Top, right or bottom. And there is nothing else I can do right now. I guess that's it. Smithy, what can we do? We can theoretically get some weapons for our hero. I have to switch to attack. Now we can attack with right mouse button again. I don't know why right mouse button. What is the left mouse button doing? Apparently nothing. Can we switch here? I can switch to gun. Alright, I'm gonna stay with the gun. By the way, what's the tutorial? Oh yeah, it's only explaining stuff. Yeah, so basically you build towers around your cheese town, your cheese town hall, and eventually at some point during the night you are being attacked by rats. So all you can do is have this one hero and build towers of one type. That's the whole thing you get. Now I'm probably going to fail. Should I attack like this? Yes. Now we get a lot of stuff from them. It's quite horrible, by the way. I mean, it looks okay. It has nice sound, but I can't show it to you because the sound is not regulated. Alright, let's switch to build and do one more here, maybe two more here. I'm going to go back to attack. No, yes, to attack. And wait. Now we have to wait. I don't know how you can switch enemy waves. Probably cannot. Yeah, so basically that's it. I don't know if there is a map button. No, there isn't. Maybe tab is doing something. Probably not. Maybe let's see once more the tutorial. Hero movement. Okay, I get it. Left to select. So yeah, I can only select myself, kinda. Arrow is building location and rotation. How do you switch rotation? Doesn't say. Change defensive building. I think we have only one building, but I can check it. Select access. Alright. So let's see here. Can we change it? I don't think so. What about this? Yeah, we can recruit a miner rat. Hopefully, maybe he's going to mine some more resources. And this is doing what? This is just my hero. Okay. So basically we have no resources. Let's see if we can get some more cheese. It's kinda like any other RTS, like First Warcraft. You have peons that get you more resources very slowly. Yeah, one at a time. In the meantime, you have to defend against lots of enemies. I don't know why I'm not shooting, by the way. I should probably attack with this. Maybe it's going to work, maybe not. I don't know why I can't shoot. Maybe I was shooting cheese. Was I shooting cheese? Yes, I'm actually shooting cheese, which I don't have now. So that's the problem. How was the building? We can make a lot of them. Alright. So this is ammo basically. This is iron, which is used for probably upgrades. This is going to cost, yes, this is going to cost iron. Ammo is that thing. Can I build something? Maybe I can build one more. Right, we can build, but it's also costing cheese. That's all we can do. How do we repair? Let's see the repair. How do you repair? I don't know how you repair. Doesn't seem to be possible. Repair with what mouse button? Right mouse button, maybe right. No, it doesn't seem to be repairing. Maybe I don't have resources. That's why. Okay, let's go back to attacking. Seems that all I can do is attack with the sword. At least I'm healed. Now we should see where they are coming from. I would like to see a map, but we don't have a map. So we have to look at the towers where they are shooting. And then we should be able to see where the enemy is coming from. But basically there's one type of towers only, and this is the third level. So far there was nothing more aside from one type of tower, one hero, and this whole defending thing. They are attacking me very brutally. There's nothing I can do here. Somebody said that the game is hard. Well, it is. It is quite hard. Apparently that's all I can do. Can we now repair this stuff? Let's see if we can repair the building actually. No, I don't know how you repair. Right mouse button doesn't seem to be working. I'm on repair and I cannot do anything. Right mouse button does nothing. So I don't know. Can we repair this? Let's see. Wait. Yeah, I was able to repair, but I can't repair this. Probably it's too expensive, or we can repair it. Alright, so I'm going to switch back to towers. We now have more ammo. Well, maybe we should change to ammo now. They come at us, they are probably going to come at us. I'm gonna lose, but it's not that important. We can lose, it's not a problem. There's no information when the day is going to finish. There is no timer. I don't see any timer. So eventually the day comes or the night comes, but you don't have any way to measure it. Like how close are you? Yeah, they're bringing cheese and they're bringing iron. So I'm going to switch to this and shoot all the cheese at the enemy, I guess. And they definitely have to come from some place. It seems completely straightforward. There is no customization. It's just a default map. It's happening what's happening. You cannot really do it differently. I mean, you have to kill the specific number of enemies always the same way. It's not randomized. At least doesn't seem to be. So basically you have to beat a certain level in a certain way. Kinda like in Warcraft 3. Just that the game is rather budget, and we failed. Okay. Right, guys, so I'm gonna stop here. We failed. This is how the game looks, and to be honest, I don't know what is supposed to be so great about it. I mean, it has a nice menu, nice graphics on the intro, and pretty good sound, but the gameplay is rather weak. This is generally speaking we could say it's a mix of RTS and tower defense, because to some extent RTS games are tower defense games as well. If we look at first Warcraft or Starcraft, then you do have towers, you do have some defenses. You also have peons who collect, well, some resources. And then you have the army. Here, instead of army, you have one guy. And yeah, you can upgrade him, but that's not that important. Generally, you just put towers and hope that they're gonna be enough. Maybe I'm gonna start the same map again so that you see more of the gameplay. Right, so I can move this one guy. This is kind of like having a Warcraft 3 character, one hero for the entire game. And yes, he can level up, I get it. Kinda like in Warcraft 3, but less stuff. There isn't really any skills, you just level up his gear, he gets stronger. And then what? You can build those 2 peons, right? And then you are basically done. That's all you can do. It's like playing first level of the old RTS game tutorial with no army. You just have basic towers and one guy, one hero, and no soldiers. It looks, well, I get it. There is some specific graphical style. Everything is about cheese and mice. However, it doesn't really good look that great. It's kind of like flat, you know. It's below the standard of Warlords Battle Cry. It's below the standard of First Warcraft. So seriously, this game is like 20-30 years old, and it doesn't really offer all that much that would be more interesting. Maybe aside from just the setup, right? That everything is around mice and cheese, which is a good idea on its own. But the gameplay is very poor, it's very lackluster. There's just not many options here. You just put a couple of towers and hope it's enough, and then you do the same thing for a couple of waves. Yes, you can fight the hero, but that's nothing special really. This is something that, well, exists in many games like that. By the way, I'm almost died. Now I heal. Okay, so it seems that my hero heals. I cannot fix it, of course, because that's when you lose, you lose. It's usually the same idea about tower defense games. That if your main base is kinda targeted and attacked, that's over. Probably I don't have enough of those miners. Maybe the idea to beat the game is to have more miners. Still, I don't have any cheese, so I can't have more towers. I'm going to try to shoot with cheese. Again, I have to switch weirdly. You know, it should be context based. When you click this, you should repair it when you push like a button. The UI is weird. Normally, if you build buildings that are on somewhere here, you just click them and put them there. You don't have to switch the hero to building mode, which is a very weird idea. I would say that the game, aside from different setup, goes beyond very old RTS games like first Command and Conquer or first Warcraft or first Starcraft. This is below that. This is even below first Warlords Battle Cry. So I don't see much redeeming factor for this game, to be honest. There is nothing that I see as better. Like if the game had any other element, it was deep in any way, then I could say, okay, it's indeed its budget, but it has some depth. But it doesn't have depth. Depth is the first thing that the game doesn't have. And I was hoping they patched something, they added something, but I don't see any difference. That's exactly the game I played, and it's just as before, rather lackluster, rather weak and budget. You know, those mice, they kind of look like the game I was showing you, this Age of Fear, but Age of Fear was much more complex. Yes, the graphics were kind of similar, very old and very basic, just to represent what's what. Like, okay, this is a peon, this is me. I don't even have many animations. I have attack animations, but aside from that, I'm completely stationary. Yes, they move a bit, but that's just very basic movement. And those reds just move around. They're not even animated. It's really poorly done. So this representation would work if there was a deep game beneath it. If there was anything more to it other than what meets the eye, right? What you see is just not much, but if there is actually a full game behind it, behind the, well, basic graphics and this 2D art style, then I could kind of defend it. But I don't see really any reason to recommend this game. Maybe the only interesting part is the setup. If somebody is into funny games, then yeah, it's about mice and cheese. But aside from that, there is really every other aspect is lower than the average tower defense of RTS. An average RT, well, okay, maybe not with RTS. An average tower defense would have more towers, probably like 20 towers, and they would be shown really quickly. I guess the game has more than one tower, but I just didn't make it there. But still, 3 levels and 1 tower all the time, it's really boring. RTS games usually have at least two campaigns with two classes, maybe not classes, the two factions, many buildings that you can build using some normal user interface, which was done like 20 years ago, and it works just fine. There's no reason to change it. And this game is just less than that. It's less than a standard that was made 20 or 30 years ago. I'm thinking about some older games, even older, but I can't really think about them. Probably Warlords Battlecry was very old game, and also any Command and Conquer, even the first one, not to mention the second one, which was much better. For tower defense, yeah, I played a couple actually. I kind of even like tower defense games, but there are free tower defense games that are much better. This Kingdom Rush, I think, was the name. I played it on Congregate and it was also better. So yeah, there isn't really much to show you. I'm going to just fail again and then we'll wrap it up. Let me just see if it's recording correctly. Probably it is. So I'm gonna leave it to the end of the mission. This is basically the same mission. Probably it's gonna end the same way. I'm just gonna die and be overrun. I think we died in the 4th day and now it's the same. I guess I can't fix it. Can I just move around to the area where there's the enemy? Probably not. I'm gonna shoot from here. I'm gonna try to shoot from here. By the way, I don't shoot where I click. I shoot where I'm facing, which is even harder to control. But whatever. We should see the turrets shooting. Can we do it? Even if so, I will just unlock one more level, and that's not very interesting. Alright, they're coming from the top. We can shoot them. I think at some point there was even a boss coming. That was even worse. I can shoot them from here. Change to gun. And maybe kill those guys. Yes, we made it. And now we're switching back to building, and I'm gonna do a lot of towers somewhere around here. Maybe something like this. And one more miner. That's gonna end here. Switching back to attack mode. Right, so this is probably, this is 4th wave. I don't know how many there are. They're kind of being stuck, but I think they still work, sort of. Now I could do the smithy thing. Rough, yeah, it's crafting very slowly. And then we can switch it. This is gonna add more HP to our hero from 200 to 50. Yeah, this is okay. Basically the upgrades of hero armor and damage, that's quite okay. This is generally some slight customization in the hero upgrade, which is usually just basic in those games. You just level up and that's it. Sometimes you pick a skill. Here we have no skill, so this is also, it's basically way less than Warcraft 3 when it comes to heroes. I'm trying to click it or something. Please move. Not that I really want to beat it, but I'm trying to show you more gameplay, but it's very similar still. Do we have it? Yeah, we can have this. I'm still wounded. Alright. Now they're gonna shoot and then we die. Right, they're coming from here. Of course they are. I think that's the boss. I'm gonna die very quickly. Maybe not. Yeah, kinda doing damage to him, I guess. I guess when he comes to base, we're dead. Yeah, it's over, I guess. Yeah. Alright guys, so I'm gonna stop here. So yeah, that's the gameplay. That's the game. That's all you have. You have one hero, one tower type, and that's it. And then you can maybe get some ammo for your gun, and you have to somehow beat the level. Yeah, it is challenging. It is hard, but it's well, the game. How to call it? It unravels itself very slowly, I would say. 3 levels with same content, that's bad. Maybe there is more. Maybe there is like all those levels, right? It's possible. There is like, could be like 18 levels or something if all of those are levels. But this is not much. Even if there is like 5 or 10 different towers, then still the gameplay is rather weak. You just move one hero around, build towers, and hope that you win. And then you do the same thing in next level. It's much less than RTS. It's not really an RTS. It just looks very similar to any basic RTS, but it's not really that because you just have one guy. Towers, even if it has many towers, which is possible, it's not looking that good. It doesn't have many enemy types. We had like one or two types of enemy and a hero, enemy hero, which in like Kingdom Rush you would have multiple enemy types and multiple tower types in like first 20 minutes of the game, and then it would just go better and better. And that game was free. So really, I don't see much point of this game unless it's just upgraded somehow and changed, and there is more content and it's done better. Pretty much everything would have to be changed. Just the graphics and the setup could stay. You know, mice and cheese, okay, but make it just like any other. Let's even say tower defense games, but make it good, make it work quickly, make it run fast, make it look better, add more towers, add some skills, some upgrades, standard stuff, right? Even if it was just RTS, you would need some soldiers, so some buildings, basic economy, collecting resources, more than just one mine and one resource. That's it. There is very little depth in the game. Yes, it's hard because they are just overpowered, and even if you build like 20-30 towers, you can still be overrun very quickly because the boss is just a bullet sponge and he will just go through it, everything, or you will die. The main hero might die, it's very likely as well. So yeah, it is challenging, but aside from being challenging, it's just very lackluster. How many points I would give it? I would give it 3 points. 1 point for the setup and kinda sound slash graphics, and 1 point for the challenging part. I mean above 1, because generally speaking I didn't like the game and there's not much here. Also absolute lack of options, so this is kind of unacceptable in 2018, having no options of sound and resolution in the game. That's just ridiculous. So yeah, it is hard if you want a challenge in a very basic tower defense game that you can find it here. And if you very much like the graphics, the intro, which I didn't show you, but you know, probably can watch it on YouTube or somewhere. Well, I am on YouTube, but I don't really want to base the game review on the just intro because you know it's a few minutes. Yeah, it's climatic, I would say. But aside from that, you're mostly just playing the game. Mostly the gameplay part counts. But yeah, I agree. The graphics in the menu and in the intro are okay. The graphics in the game not so much. The sound is also okay, but you cannot regulate it, so that's very annoying. Aside from that, it's just way below standard. It's below standard as RTS and it's below standard as tower defense, so I cannot recommend it. Maybe only for a challenge. If you just want to beat levels for the sake of it and be like, oh yeah, I did it, then sure, you can grab it rather on sale than not. But personally, I would move to another game, either free, even free tower defense games, or just you can grab any old cheap RTS game. You can just grab, I don't know, StarCraft 2 for free on Battle.net and play that, or you can just buy a full well done RTS game, which will also have tower defense. You can, for instance, buy Warlords Battlecry 3, which is awesome. It's one of the best games in the genre. It's like $5, and you can grab any other RTS game, and it will be probably much better than it's like pretty much any Command and Conquer would be better. First StarCraft would be better. Any Warcraft would be better. So yeah, I don't know why this game was made. To be honest, it looks like it's hyped. Maybe it's supposed to be hyped. Maybe it's like, you know, somebody's trying to push it forward. Like, yeah, we made this awesome game and it's awesome because it's awesome, but it's not really. I don't know where will be the defense. Like, okay, maybe there is more levels, maybe there is more towers, but even if so, it's still badly done. Even the graphics are just poor, and having one guy in an RTS game, why would you even need a hero? Normally you would have either RTS or tower defense. This is neither. This is not enough for RTS. This is not enough for tower defense, and it doesn't look that good really in the game. I mean, okay, intro is nice, but so what? Gameplay isn't. So I was annoyed by this game, to be honest. I didn't like it. I was trying to find this element of awesomeness here somewhere, but I don't see. You know, even this menu looks good. You know, this looks okay. This looks promising. This is well done. Fonts and everything is like, okay, you could do this and that, and you go to next mission. Then you go in the mission, and it's like, whatever. It's just below standard. Why? Why? Just make it better. All right, guys. Ending the rant. That was Fortified Swiss, the game about mice and cheese, and it's a miss. I tried to rhyme, but that's all I can do. I gave it 3 out of 10. Maybe it's gonna be upgraded somehow. Maybe I'm missing something. If so, then tell me. I'm done with the review. I didn't like it, can't recommend it. If you're desperate for this game, then grab it on sale. And I will see you guys in the next review.